a special bulletin of the shit I've been going through in the city. Shit doesn't stop towards me. The abuse doesn't stop. The abuse is not just individuals, it's not just singling out individuals that have problems with me based on my looks or my white skin. It's not just businesses that want to make it a routine basis to pick on someone that's doing something effectively non-harmful to the business by showing they're on time and giving them all their money. And now at this point is something that shows discrimination on a greater scale. Found out yesterday that they canceled my food stamps and cash assistance and everything. You know what that means, right? That means I got nothing else to eat. That a homeless person is supposed to find $500 just to satiate hunger within the next 30 days, or in this case, indefinitely. And what's the problem in that? The problem in that is that there's preferential treatment for services or even greater systemic discrimination, using as an example the recent wave of mass immigration into New York City. I feel that nothing has been done about my case thanks to these fucking Negroes looking to stop me from staying here, you know, because they have a personal problem with me. Maybe it is that I'm blood. Maybe that I knew Daniel Hernandez. Maybe that I'm just physically attractive or used to be, because from where I was to where I am now, I'm not as attractive no more. But canceling, having problems with my food stamps since January and a year before that, and a year before that, and a year before that shows it's a systemic problem. An indigent homeless person that has not showered in more than a year because the services itself are against him, right? Because they canceled his own gym membership for talking about black people and their problems here in the city, has less likely to keep cash assistance and keep food stamps compared to Latin Americans that came here under the Biden administration. That should burn because it's a mirror image of 1990 Dominicans and Puerto Ricans in PR once they eased green card and immigration restrictions that they took over the island within 3 years. What do you think happened in New York City? The same thing. But Americans are dumb. Americans are not seeing the level of discrimination that I'm experiencing and been experiencing since I got here. I gotta wear a fucking mouth guard to protect my smile out here. They want to be touching my teeth too. Before it was twirling the hair, sticking their genitalia in my mouth, drugging me, injecting water onto my leg. And it's just because I got white skin. It's not because of anything else. It's not that I'm a higher class or I'm a doctor. No. It's that these people have been targeting white people for more than a decade since I left the city. And for me to not have food stamps, not have cash assistance, while routinely being denied food stamps in certain retailers at the crack of dawn, creating this nutrition dilemmas, right? The things that you need at 6 in the morning might not be there. You still got to walk another 3 miles, right? Systemic discrimination from retailers. And just like they did right now, somebody had to pay for my coffee. It was $2.40 for 6 packs of coffee. Why? Because the EBT card wasn't working. She wanted to take my money out of my pocket. You understand what I'm saying? New York is not realizing the level of discrimination that they're doing to real Americans while giving illegal immigration everything in a golden platter. They found a place to live. They found a job. Their cash assistance and food stamps overinflated. While we stay out here on the street for 4 years and the case doesn't even find, how to solve it. They expect you to get a job on the street without a shower. They expect you that not being showered for a full year, you go out there and flip burgers. That's not how it works. And they also expect for you to risk your own freedom going into a shelter system so that they could do whatever they want with you in there. Thinking that we don't know about the shelter system, about the three-pronged dilemma, about the justice, mental health, and health department problem in the shelter, that things were just guinea pigs, that it could retrieve blood from us, not just in the system, but on the street too, that it could inject us with shit on the street, that it could follow us to where we are, that it could make decisions, that it could violate our privacy and make decisions against our consent without being in a controlled setting. You see, that's the problem in the city. This is what needs to start ringing ears. Because HRA be finding out if you're clean or not because they pricking you on the street. They waiting for you to go to fall asleep to take blood from you to experiment like if you were a dog here. You see? Tell me about Tuskegee, right? Tell me about the lack of informed consent in the city for those things to be happening here. And the pillar, right, the foundation of the problem is that somebody from abroad out of 120 million illegal immigrants gets better treatment than people here. And that's the foundation of 1990 Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico problem. That's what made people leave PR in the first place. It wasn't because 936 and pharmaceutical companies left the country. No, it was because the country was fucking invaded by a more aggressive race. The same aggressive economic race, aggressive economically. All they want to do is work. Aggressive economic race so that it saturates the New York City market. While real Americans, 1 in 3 don't want to work. Why? Because they're all Mexican. Because they're all Latin American. Because they're all going to be used and abused, right? It's all a matter of time before getting fired because they're not going to fit in. The same reasons I don't want to work. Because I've already worked. And it ends up in the same thing. It ends up at a Hispanic family member using your general manager privileges and the keys to go in there and steal. It ends up in your car being vandalized, right? It ends up in real problems that these people have towards you because they don't want you to move up. They don't want you to be better than them. And the ways that they become better than us quickly, they took less than a year for all of them to be housed. There's no Hispanics on the street, only white people and black people. For all of them to be housed, all of them to have shelter, all of them to have a job, all of them to have, they're already sending money back home. The problem is set already in stone. They have already made a pillar. They're already in 4 walls. They got a shower, they got a bed, they got everything they need to do, even if it's cramped in an apartment. Well, real Americans are on the street. I've been out here on the street for 4 years. And EBT still thinks that I'm supposed to do something with my life. And I do. What I told them on the paper. Yes, I do surveys. I try the best that I can with my situation to maintain myself entertained, occupied, right? But they don't see it that way. They see it as the means to cancel my food stamps and sit there and bully me. Ha 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 ha. Ah, the white guy got no stamps. Ha ha ha. Hey, it's some celebration that the white guy got no money. That the white guy is gonna lose about $500 a month to survive out here. Because all they want you to, all they want out of white people is to leave. You know, I came to the city to do two things: find a girlfriend, start working. And it's not going to work in the current situation. People are unfriendly now. It's not like before. Before, I would have couch surfed at least 7 times in 5 years. I would have been in this guy's house, and this guy's house, and this guy's house, and this guy's house. No, there's no white people out here. The people who do that are Russian and white. The people who let you in their house and take you on vacation, those are white people. The city has been replaced by blacks and Hispanics. There's nothing else here. And I'm white. You see? I remember when there was white people out here. You know? And I would have found out a place to shower already. I would have showered at least once in 1 year by now. But that's how difficult the situation is. We know that the system is rigged. We know that all they want to do is take your liberty from you. They want to take your freedom when you go to the shelter. Oh, go get a checkup. Oh, let's go to the hospital. Go get you checked out. No, I'm not going to let you touch me. So you have to go out there in the street and prick me and take my blood without my consent and do all these things that the whole environment is doing to people that live on the street. At the same time, while taking discrimination from the same Hispanics, this country let in buses. Oh, ratero, mira el ratero durmiendo ahí. A white guy sleeping there, homeless guy sleeping there. While taking shit from people on the street, to the same people that they're over helping instead of helping, or at least let us keep the fucking money. That's all we need to continue living and existing. Let us keep my stamps and keep my cash assistance. But no. You know? No. It's not going to work that way. It's not going to work that way because I'm a white guy. And I don't have 2 children between my legs, right? I'm not good enough for the system for it to give some priority to my case. Although they are doing what they got to do. I got to call Friday and see what's up tomorrow and see what Constituent Affairs is going to do for me that they have been doing since January. To see what they're going to do. You know, because they don't care. New York City stopped caring about homeless people. That's why they're bad now. That's why these people are fucking ridiculous. That's why they be eating their own shit. That's why fentanyl addiction is high, because there's nothing else to do but cope. Sit down and realize that you got nothing working for you. Before, stamps used to work down in Florida. I used to have just food stamps, and food was so affordable, I was able to surmount my EBT balance to $800. And deposits would stay coming in as long as I was in the city, no further than 6 months. So I would leave November 21st to go to Florida, either Tampa, Miami, Orlando, to stay out the winter and sleep on the street. I'm on video. Sorry, Bubba. To stay out the winter and sleep on the street. And I got 6 months to come back. 6. Before they cut snaps. Because I'm too far away. Because they check transactions too. Before the system flags that I'm away from the city. And once, if I have a balance, they can't take it. Once I come back to the city, deposits start coming in. It took more than 2 years for you to have to do anything with food stamps. 2 years. More than 2. They didn't call you for nothing. You didn't have to check in. You didn't have to show income. You didn't have to make it difficult for a homeless person to be making up paperwork that they want. You see? You took 2-3 years without even going to that SNAP office. But now it's every 2-3 months. They want to steal your stamps. They want to steal your food assistance Thanksgiving. They want to take money from your bank account on December. They want to take your cash assistance on December. They want to take it from you January. They want to take it from you in March. They want to take it from you in June. And I have paperwork of this happening. They want to take services from you to give them to a golden, to give it to that illegal immigrant. To take your balance and give it to some illegal immigrant that should have stayed in Latin America. You know? You see what I mean? Take it from you to give it to them. Give everything to them in a golden platter because all they want to do is get here and work. Working within a week. You know how much they making now, right? More than $25 an hour for the best of them. They getting rich. They got here to get rich. They got here to get rich. Well, the city systemically discriminating the people on the street, or at least the people that are trying to make it here. That are trying to make it here, realizing their traps or what they want us to fall in, right? Because most people don't realize that if you go to the shelter, your freedom can be taken away like that. Oh, let's go to the hospital. You know, there's no showers. There's no hygiene out here. It's not Florida. It's not Florida. You'll find a public shower anywhere out there. Miami, anywhere. Tampa, in a fountain. Everybody wetting themselves in the summer. In the winter, everybody wetting themselves. You just go to this fountain where kids are playing and pull out a soap and shower right there. So there's no hygiene out here. The best you could do is clean your feet up, cut them fingernails you haven't cut in a year, and forget about it. While the city pressing, looking to take your stamps, your cash assistance at $500 a month per person, or starve. $500, one meal a day at $13 to $15. Like if we're supposed to eat peanut butter on the street, you know, like if a 210-pound male with 40 pounds in his back, right, with the only belongings that he has, is supposed to acclimate that having less food. No, less food is what puts him on vagrancy. Less food puts people on vagrancy. They give up. They start shooting dope. You see, luckily me, I still want to do something with my life, you know? Came here for a purpose as a doctor, right? That they don't know about. The system doesn't know I'm a doctor, and it's trying its hardest to deprive me of everything I need to survive. You see that? That's what New York is all about now. That's basically the bottom line. That's the bottom line. You know, that's the caveat. That's the caveat. The city on the most needy residents, the caveat is that they don't want you to succeed in the city. They'd rather give it to somebody that's willing to work quickly. Wanted to go out there on a rooftop and do some spackling and some painting and some drywall, whatever they learn. You know? It'd rather change its policy and give more to someone that they know is going to be an economic predator, right? Someone illegal under the United States Constitution, the immigration laws, ICE, right? DHS or whatever. You're going to give more to that than to you. And you've been here grinding every day to make it. It's like, I'm going to find a girlfriend and I'm going to go live in her house. I'm going to find a girlfriend and I'm going to go take that shower. I'm going to sit on her tub and I'm going to let this filth run off my body. These people is doing things to me to make me, to put me down. And yesterday was the big blow. Canceling all the cases. Why? Because that's what it is. You know? Because that's what it's looking to do to white people. If I was brown, I would fit in at every employment. I would find a job anywhere just for my color of skin. And you know when this discrimination began? In the early 2000s. 2009 to be exact. I came to the city with the premise of finding a job and playing their system. You know what the system did, right? It put me in a shelter so I get molested. No, from the beginning. It put me in a shelter so I lack sleep and throw me out the bed at 6 in the morning. It made me sit to find a job at CareerWorks until everybody was out of the room, right? Till everybody found the job, right? And then at the last moment, after realizing that none of these New York employers wanted to hire me, right? They told me that I had no home, that I couldn't, you couldn't find any job in this service. I'm sorry, kid. You see that? You see the discrimination? What do you think it is? A 17-year-old black kid's gonna find a job like that, weighing 114 pounds. But the white kid gets nothing. The white kid is not gonna be wanted in a job in this city. You see? So from a young age, you're already being discriminated. And you know, after that happened, I went back to the shelter system, stayed in the shelter system. Do you see that? Stayed in the shelter system, and they took me to the mental hospital for no reason whatsoever. Oh, because I was having an argument, because they had touched me when I was sleeping. Because somebody in the shelter had touched me in my genitalia, and I woke up and my genitalia was out of my pants. See? I almost killed somebody up in there. I do 75 days out of hospital. My mom had to come get me, blah, blah, blah. Like if it's some game. And that's what the city does to people. And not only does it make you go through all that, now as an adult, real, close to real vagrancy, right? Doing nothing. I want to sleep. I don't even want to charge my phone. I want to do nothing as a doctor. Now it wants to target my meals. Now it wants to target my system to break up meals every day. The single meal that I have a day, they want to target that. The single time I eat in the day, they want to take that from me because there's nothing else it could find on doing to you. You know? Because you're not dumb enough to fall in the shelter. Because you're not dumb enough to go find a job and not find it or get paid less. If I do make up to find the job, get paid less. I'm a doctor. I'm not some kid that's 25 that's going to fall on the New York City trap. Yeah? The same trap that everybody's brown. Don't forget, everybody who has a job in the city is brown, baby. Where do whites work? In buildings. You think they work low-level stuff? Nah. And that's what New York City is going through. That's what I've been going through in this city. Still thinking that a girl's going to come get me. One of them, please. Just get me out the street, and I think everything will be okay. But even girls don't want white guys no more. They don't even want a doctor. They want a nigga, a drug-dealing nigga. They got a big schlong. They don't care about none of that. They don't care about it. They don't care about people like me no more. Before, I should have been in 30 houses. I should have been in 30 houses by now. At least 7. At least 7. 7 people that I could trust and go into their house by this point. How it was before. And now I haven't even gotten a shower yet. Hope y'all have a good day. My name is Dr. Roman Bonilla. This is systemic discrimination in the city from a range of problems that the city has been having, and the reason why more than 100,000 white people have left the city. Hope y'all have a good day. Dr. Roman Bonilla. I'll update later what happens because I don't know what's going to happen. They might take my food stamps forever. They don't care. It's my single thing. That's the only meal I have. They might take that from me too. They doesn't care. The city is heartless, right? They'd rather give everything to the economic predator. And don't forget about that. It overinflated SNAP and cash assistance cards. shelter, which is impossible in the city. Hispanic Americans or them Latin Americans got a place to live already, a job almost immediately, right? A job, not just because they work, they do their job good. Nah, it's just because they Latino. A job quick, and nobody wants to see that as a mirror representation of how they take advantage of Americans in the past. Because they're going to take advantage, the money's going to run out, and they're going to go. And you're going to stay poor. They're going to dry up everything. And once they change the culture into accepting the fact that their jobs could be done by somebody else, nobody is going to be able to work there again. It's like picking up strawberries in Florida. I could do that. But once the culture changes, that these jobs are for these Hispanic people, construction and all that, you're not going to get a job anymore there, buddy. You're not going to go pick oranges over there anymore because it's theirs now. They're only going to be looking for their own people. And that's the problem. That's what happened to Puerto Rico in the 1990s. They change everything. They take over everything. They buy everything. They take advantage of you and everyone else. You're just a wrench to everybody else around you, right? All they want is power. All they want is power over you. You're just a stepping stone to make it to New York City. A stepping stone to make it somewhere. A stepping stone to the money. You know, that's all they want. They don't want to. They don't want to sit outside in the sun and drink tequila and do nothing. Oh, they came here to make money. Take money from you if they have to. Hope y'all have a good day.